Hello. Today I'm going to introduce you to the fascinating world of saprophytic mushrooms. Saprophytic mushrooms feed on dead and decaying organic matter. They can often be found on logs, in grass, on leaves, or on animal droppings. Some well-known and edible species include portobello mushrooms, shiitake mushrooms, oyster mushrooms, as well as honey mushroom. The largest organism in the world is a honey mushroom fungus in eastern Oregon's Blue Mountains. It measures approximately the size of 1,665 football fields. However, what makes saprophytic mushrooms really important is that they greatly benefit the health of the environment by breaking down waste and also promoting biodiversity in ecosystems. These mushrooms are constantly working to break down old dead matter in habitats, which firstly recycles usable nutrients back into the soil, and secondly produces more mushrooms which provide nutrition to insects and animals. Thirdly, and most importantly, as pointed out by Michael Pollan in his book The Omnivore's Dilemma, without saprophytic mushrooms, the earth would be blanketed in a thick layer of plant debris, leading to total breakdown of the carbon cycle, suffocating any chance for animals, including humans, to survive on Earth. Now I will describe to you one important way that saprophytes promote biodiversity. The natural process by which saprophytic mushrooms break down organic matter also helps to restore ecosystems. This poster is based on a passage from Mycelium Running by mycologist Paul Stamets. It illustrates how morel mushrooms help to restore an ecosystem in the aftermath of a forest fire. In as little as 3 weeks after a fire, morels can begin to pop up in the charred wastelands. The mushrooms release spores and fragrances, which are kind of like pheromones, in that they attract animals and insects who come in to feed on them. Other animals, like predators, come in to feed on the animals and insects who are eating the mushrooms. Also at this time, flies come in, and they like to lay their eggs on the stalks of the mushrooms, and then when the larvae hatch, birds fly in to eat those. All of the birds and animals leave behind droppings which contain plant seeds brought in from other areas. And this facilitates the growth of new plants. Finally, all of the creatures passing through the area are dusted with mushroom spores, which they then carry with them as they wander on. In conclusion, we have seen how saprophytic mushrooms benefit the environment by aiding the regrowth of forest ecosystems devastated by fires, and how they break down and recycle debris to not only nourish soil, plants, and animals, but also to keep the planet habitable. This is just a very small look at the capabilities of mushrooms. I hope you will feel inspired to learn more. Can I answer any questions?
Yes, I have a question. Do all mushrooms feed on decay?
No, they do not. Saprophytic mushrooms feed on decay. There's also parasitic mushrooms, which feed on insects, and that can be kind of gross. The spores get inside the insect's body and they basically dissolve them from within, and then when the insect dies, the mushroom will pop out of its head. And then mycorrhizal mushrooms partner with plants, like chanterelle mushrooms partner exclusively with oak trees and help the trees grow bigger. So,
Oh,
yeah.
excellent. How did that mushroom in Oregon get so big?
How did it get to be so big?
Yeah.
I guess it didn't have any competition.
Oh. That's a lot of football fields.
It is a lot of football fields. Well, that too. So it's not the mushroom that's big, it's actually the entire organism of the mushroom, and it contains Mushrooms have a network underground. It's this thread-like stuff that stretches out called mycelium, and that's how the mushrooms feed. And so this mushroom's mycelium is grown to such mass and spread out under the ground, and that's what the area that it covers is.
Wow, that's cool.
Does that answer your question at all?
Yeah, that's really cool.
Okay.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
Well, one last question. Are honey mushrooms edible?
They are, although I've heard that they're not that great.
Can't
But
put them
I
on
did read,
biscuits?
you could put them on biscuits. They won't kill you. I've read that if you stir fry the stems of the mushrooms in olive oil, they taste a little like string cheese.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you. Oh my god.